So anyway,
It's okay. But if you can share with others also in the group, it's okay.
okay, that's fine. So it's
Yeah.
basically I'm basically going to show you what I posted on YouTube. It's just a small video, but I'll just go into detail with you, right?
Okay.
So basically,
Let's say,
yeah,
let's say for example, you wake up in the morning. What do you look? What do you start
yeah.
from? Where do you start when you wake up in the morning? Let's say so.
Okay, so we'll get to that. Like we'll get to that. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Here on gold, I marked up this level right here, right? And we can see that later on, price ended up reacting from that level on Friday, right? Which is this level which I marked up here. I think I posted the chart on which day was this? The 2nd of May. And then it played out on the 3rd, yeah, the 3rd of May, right?
Okay.
So fine. Right now, we're gonna go back to the charts and discuss because I did take a buy right here. So let's just quickly zoom out a little bit. Let's just quickly zoom out because it's very important for you to understand where you are in price, right? So remember that on the monthly, right? If ever you were following the YouTube videos, I marked up that I'm projecting this leg to form and extend up until somewhere around there, right? So I can still show you that it's nothing too fancy. I projected from here to here and then back to here because we do not have any reference as to where gold is going to reverse, but we could anticipate where an all-time high could form, right? So, for example, just to show you an example of this concept that I'm sharing with you, let me just quickly back up before we even continue. This is the 100 level, the 100 level, meaning that it's 100% extension of this leg, right? And then this is 1.127, meaning that we are extending this leg by 127%, right? So those 2 points, the 100 level and then the 1127, they are the areas where we anticipate reversal, right?
Is that level?
Yeah. So just like with here, right here, we have this leg from here to here, right?
Yeah.
And then back to here. We can see that at the 100 level, we never really reacted, right? We reacted at the 1.127. So this is just a golden zone right here. And if you go to lower time, right? Is it my laptop or is it yours? If we go back to the
It's yours.
weekly,
It's yours.
okay,
I'm
okay,
not even touching mine.
okay. So at the 1.127, we can see that we have this buy sell, right?
So,
Which was an area of resistance which broke became support, and then we also have a sell and then buy. So your bias could possibly be around this area using the fib level, right, and also SNR. So we can see that price ended up reacting at this area of support right here around the 1.127. So fine. Why am I showing you this? If we quickly go back to the monthly, right? This is just mainly for direction. You mark it from low to this high and then back to here. So for me, gold, I'm still anticipating it to push up until this area, 2529, right? So that's my possible target on gold, meaning that I'm still anticipating a buy, right? Then when we go back to the weekly, the most important thing for you to look for is just areas of support, right? You could just simply mark up this area and say this is a possible area of support because it's a buy right here. Let me just quickly zoom in. You can just say this is a buy. Maybe price might find support here, and we also have this sell to buy right here. Then maybe you might observe this area, right? But then when we go to the daily, we can see that price traded a bit lower, then entered this area of support right here, right? So around this area, that's where we were going to wait for price to create a new area of support and then we anticipate a bullish move, right? It's the first area that we're encountering, right? Before the weekly, we're also encountering the daily area of support. So, so you could anticipate that. Okay, fine. When price is here, I would anticipate it to push high. Or since I think maybe the weekly might be the area where we find support. Maybe you might say price found resistance here. Maybe I look for continuations for sales, right? But for me, since I am looking for price to push a bit higher. That's why I am deciding on taking buys, right?
Buy on Friday.
Yeah. So on the 4 hour, let's zoom in because that's the whole reason why we're here. That's the 4 hour level, right? The 4 hour level, I picked it because it was in a daily level, and we also are anticipating bullishness on the monthly. So I don't know. Those who use trend lines can say, a trend line tab right here. I don't use trend lines, to be honest. I don't use trend lines, right? But you can also use them to reference your trades, right? You can see that price ended up. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not really sure if it's exactly the same, but you can basically just mark it up like that. For those who do use trend lines, right? So that's the whole reason why I choose this 4 hour level, in anticipation that price might end up pushing a bit higher, creating a breakout, and then giving us a continuation up until this area on the monthly, right?
Okay.
So that's basically how to choose areas of support. And another thing, right? Another thing. Let's say this is your area that you want to buy from, right? You always want to buy from an area of support which has previously been supported, right? You can see here we had a sell and then a buy, but we already used this sell buy for this bullish move. And then we had a buy, right? This buy area was never used. It was only used to create another new area of support. That's why it ended up being giving us this very strong move. And also because we had this area right here as a form of liquidity, right there, as a form of liquidity. Yeah. So basically, if you are a risky trader, you could have taken this with a bit of stop loss. Maybe you could have been taken out. Not really sure. But it's highly advisable that you just wait for confirmation. But if you were comfortable with just taking it with the stop loss, then it was also fine. Then for confirmation, you can basically use lower time frames, right? So you can see here. Let's just say you marked up. Yeah, you can go down to the M5 and wait for price to create an area of support, right? So you can see here sell and then buy, and then we created another area right here, which is a buy right here. So you have two areas of support. The first one being here, then the second one being here. So you can decide that you want to take it from this area if you don't want, if you feel like you might miss out on the trade, and maybe it could stop you out. But the TPIP is the standard stop loss that you should always use, right? And let's say that your target was here. Yeah, let's just say your target was here at this open close. Then you could have easily bagged 170 pips just by entering here, with the target being at this other open close, because it was during NFP, I think, after NFP news release, right?
Sure.
So, yeah, and if you also wanted to enter here, you could have done that. 30 pip stop loss, where is it?
Oh, that one was still an entry?
Yeah. Right there.
That one was also a good one.
Yeah. So Yeah, that's basically um, how to look for the right area to buy from. But yeah, another thing, just going back to the question that you did ask me, what do I do when I wake up? Since well, let's keep this in mind, right? Since well,
Yeah.
right now, I still know that I have a higher target, right? It means that from this point on, right, from here, this is the closing price, right? This is the closing price on gold. I'm gonna remove everything here.
In 5
This is the
minutes.
closing price. Yeah, this is the 5 minutes. It doesn't really
Chart.
matter which time frame we're on right now, as long as we can just mark at this area. This is the closing price right here. So at the closing price, since well I'm looking to be bullish, it means that I'm going to observe areas to buy from, right? Meaning that
Sure.
maybe somewhere below here, I might say, something like that. But I'm gonna go from time frame to time frame. So let's just start on the daily. So on the daily, there's really nothing that we can see here. Then on the 4 hour, just looking for areas of support, right? On the 4 hour, we can see that we have an area of support right here. But I'm gonna show you something. We have this area of support right here. Just because we have this area of support does not mean that we should immediately just say we enter here, right? Does not mean that we just immediately enter here. We have to look at other time frames. At least if we can have more than one time frame which is around this area. And if ever we do have something like this, like a QM around here, then at least we can be able to be confident with the setup, right? So let's go down to the 1 hour right now. So I'm gonna mark it up right here. That's the 4 hour. Then we went to 1 hour. We saw an area of support on the 1 hour, which is around here, right? So I'm gonna refine this area to the 1 hour level. If ever the 1 hour level is a bit lower, right? You can see here, here's the open. So I'm gonna move it to this price right here.
Okay.
Then from here, it means that if price opens, right, I'm gonna anticipate a reaction from here. But also keep in mind that, remember, on the 4 hour, right, this is the only area that we saw. When we're back on the 1 hour, we do have this area which is around the 4 hour, but below we have to also confirm whether there's other areas that price can use, right?
Yeah, in 1 hour we have some open and close.
Yeah. This one has been used. Sure. So you're going to ignore it. This one was never used. Remember, we have to look for two areas, right? And then this one right here, we never used it, right? So sure. When you're taking this trade, also keep in mind that this area can either be liquidity, can possibly be an area of liquidity, right? Sure. Keep that in mind. It can be used like this. Like, let's just say we create a stop hand, and then so it can be used as liquidity into an area of support right here, right? Okay. So whenever you take the trade here, whenever you're going to take the trade here, I'm going to take it with caution, and I'm not going to use normal risk because I do understand the nature of the trade that I'm taking. It's just like right now, we have an area of resistance right here. Let me just use this one. We have an area of resistance right here. We had a stop hand right here, and then just show you. So for this one, just for safety, we had a stop hand here, have an area of resistance. So imagine if price came back here and tapped this area. It could sell off, and then if we attempt to buy here, what if it comes back a bit lower just to tap this area and confuse high? So we also have to consider these levels right here. Also think against yourself. So for me, taking this one, I'm not gonna use normal risk. I'm just gonna reduce my risk, and if ever price comes here, I'll just wait to see whether it wants to go lower. Maybe I might leave it alone, and if ever price comes here, I might enter it with normal risk. But if it breaks below, then that's when I'm not gonna enter it with normal risk. I'm gonna reduce the risk. If it breaks below here, I'm gonna enter here with normal risk and also anticipate an entry right here. But I'll use, for me personally, I'll just wait for confirmation around these areas because it's just the start of the week and it's also the start of the month and it was after NFP. So a lot of liquidity might be resting around here and also around here. So yeah, we just have to be careful with this trade. But
Actually,
it is
now,
possible.
now we have those two. We have the resistance and we have the supports.
Yeah,
We should
but
be
we do know that. Yeah, but we do know that.
on our level. Okay.
Yeah, we are anticipating a bullish move, but it does not mean that we should ignore these areas. These are just roadblocks. So
Right.
we have
Now I
to
was
pay
asking,
attention.
the price comes to those two key levels. Now we are marked. Should I stay on 1 hour? I should go to a lower time frame when it comes there to get a confirmation.
If ever it starts here,
yeah,
like let's say right now it opens and goes to this area. I'm gonna use the M5, but remember this is going to be a counter trend trade, right? So
yeah, but still you are still bullish.
I'd much rather just ignore it, right? I'd much rather just ignore it, to be honest. But if ever I was to take the trade, then I was gonna use like low risk and then M5 for confirmation, then let it show me what it wants to do. Then if ever let's say I'm in a good sell from here, when it gets here, I'll wait for confirmation as well. Even at this area right here.
Okay.
This is where I'll use normal risk right here. Then this area, I'm not gonna use normal risk. Even here, I'm not gonna use normal risk. I'm gonna reduce the risk right here at these areas because this one is a counter trend. This one is just it could possibly be liquidity right here. This one could possibly be liquidity. So that's why I'm not gonna use like the normal risk. So after you marked up your levels on the 4 hour and 1 hour time frame, what you can do and go to the M30 just to see whether you do have other areas right here. Right here, I do have two areas that we can use to buy from, right? Here on the M30. I'm gonna ignore these ones. It's not really important right now.
That's now where I get lost.
Yeah. So right now, I want our focus to be here. We can see that we created a stop hand right here.
Yeah.
Or is that we created a stop hand right here. Oh, come on. Let me see. Bottom, metal, bottom, center. Okay. Okay, we created a stop hand. And then we have this area which was on the 4 hour, which was on the 1 hour, which right now is on the MX. I'm gonna show you which area of support we're on, right? So we created the stop hand, right? Then we created this buy and then a sell, right? Initially, this area was an area of resistance. And then what happened? This candle opened and broke that resistance, which became resistance breaks become support, right?
Support.
Which is also around the area on the 4 hour, 1 hour, right? So this is the resistance breaks become support. Then we have another area of support right here on the M30. But remember, whenever we enter a trade, we always start with the first area that we're going to encounter. So the first area that we're going to encounter is
So
going to
I
be
should
this
not
one.
wait for the second counter.
You can wait for it, but I actually just prefer
Then it
taking
will
a
not come
trade.
there.
You mean this one?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wait for it. Like there's a likelihood that it could just react from here, because remember, if we go to the 4 hour right now, if we go to the 4 hour, this is the same level on the 4 hour, right?
And
If we go to the 1 hour, it's the same level on the 1 hour. If we go to the M30, it's the same level on the M30, right? And we do have areas of support around there. Just because we marked it from the 4 hour does not mean we should say it's only going to be on the 4 hour. We refine based on whether each of these time frames do have their own areas of support around the same level as the higher time frame or the previous time frame.
So let's say it comes to the first level. You had
So
your
you can
first
you can either go to the M5, wait for it to create an area of support, and then enter based on that M5 area of support, right?
What time do you go to B?
Whenever it creates a new high. Like for me on this trade, let me just quickly check here. For me on this trade, right here, because I entered from here, when it created this area of resistance right here, right? When it broke above it and made a small pullback, that's when I ended up just being break even. Because if ever it ended up coming back to my entry, then I was gonna regret ever not setting it to break even. You just pay attention to the price, or if ever like it moves too quick, maybe let's just say 30 or 50 pips in profit, then you can adjust the stop. And also going break even depends on where your entry is. If your entry is a bit like it's a very sharp entry, then let's say you entered here, right? When it goes here and comes back to this area of support, I'm basically just gonna set my stop loss here.
Break even.
I think I remember something here before. Where was it? I forgot. I was supposed to do 3 breakdowns this week, but okay. So we're on the 30, right? So that's basically just the market breakdown, to be honest. So right here, I have 4 hour, 1 hour, and also M30. So M15, I'm not gonna do anything, but it's totally up to you. Let's say for example, right? Let's say for example you refine this entry. I'm just showing you so that you can be able to decide on your own, be able to know how to make your own judgments. Let's say you decided to say, okay, fine, I'm gonna use this area right here, right? Then when you go to the M15, you see the same area right here. So you can say, okay, fine. I think I'm gonna go with this area right here because it's more than one. There's this one right here, and also this one right here. Right? So this is the first one that you're going to encounter after we created the stop hunt. So yeah. So you can either decide to set your limits here, or you just wait for price. So that's 30 pips right here. Just 30 pips right there, 30 pip entry. First target has to be the previous high right there. You can target this previous high.
Okay.
And then that's basically just about it. So you can also add that M15 right here. So yeah, hopefully you understand right now, but I think you just have to go back to the video a couple times just to see it. So
Sure,
if
I
ever there's
will
a video out there,
several times till I understand it.
yeah.
So
If ever
the
that,
trade you took on Friday, you are out or you still holding some positions?
do I what?
The trade we took on Friday,
Yeah, I might enter another position. I might
or you
enter
still
another
holding some?
position. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I might enter another one. Let's see.
Me, I've been trying market structure and smart man concept, but structure is tricky sometimes.
Let me just show you something here while we're on the stream. Let's just go to Euro USD.
Okay.
Like if you don't know, like I hardly ever trade Euro USD, but there's one thing which I always use. I always used whenever I was trading um, Euro USD, right? So I think maybe we can use the M5.
Nowadays,
I'm not really sure.
you only
So
deal with gold nowadays.
do I want? Yeah, I only trade gold.
Hey,
Let's see events session break. So let's see. Let's see where the session breaks. Yeah, let me make them a bit brighter. I'm not really sure what happened last week on come on. I'm not really sure what happened. Let's see, Friday. Which day was it? Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, right? This was Friday. Let's see. Is
yeah,
it
that
going
was
to be a great example? I think maybe I can just project it using this one. So basically, what I look at is just the two in between, like 2 a.m.
you're on 5 minutes. Is that okay?
You
You're in
want
5
what?
minutes. Is that okay? Now
Can
I'm
I
saying
what?
you are at 5 minutes. Is that okay? 5 minutes. Which what is your time frame?
Yeah, I'm on 5 minutes. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
unless maybe I don't understand you properly.
No, I'm okay now. I'm okay now.
Okay. So basically, what I do on EuroUSD or what I used to do, I just go to like either time frame. I mark up like in my time, it's Johannesburg time. So 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. Right? This is the range which I'm going to focus on. Like this, the lowest point and the highest point, right? And I'll basically just look for this other video which um, so I basically
You're
just
using
mark up
session
these
or you
areas,
are
right?
using the session. You are using the session of the market or you are using session breaks.
I'm not using the session breaks. The session breaks I was only using them just to see the days, just to see which day I'm on. So
Okay.
I'll just show you.
All right. I get it.
Okay, so basically what I do.
That was
Right?
Friday, no?
Yeah, this was Friday.
Last week.
So yeah, I'm gonna show you something here. I wanna see something first. So let's say that Euro USD you're expecting a continuation high, right? So
Sure.
which is just what I'm seeing right now. I think maybe we might get a continuation high. So I basically just mark up my areas like this, look for lows which can be ran, right? Right here, let's say these ones. Then I take my fib tool, I mark it from this, like the body of the lowest candle to the body of whatever, the highest body, then I project it to an area of interest, right? But it's just that this one is not a great example, man. Like, it's a great example. Let me see. I haven't traded this one in a while. Just use, let's see. Let's see, should I project below? I haven't traded this in over months, man.
You focused on gold only.
Yeah, gold is super fast, man. Like, you don't really have to wait. You no longer feel the pressure of being in a trade because
Yeah, eating your TP is just in minutes, sometime in 1 hour, 2 hours, you are done.
yeah,
But with the other currencies, you can stay even a day holding money.
this example right here is not working out the way that I wanted. But basically, what I did, right? Let's say I saw the conditions to be
And
exactly how I
on
wanted to see.
Thursday, you have something on Thursday that worked, maybe
Which one?
on Thursday. Thursday.
What's happening on Thursday?
Yeah, maybe you had a trade on Thursday on Euro USD. You can check on that. Whether there was one, depending on your strategy, you want to show.
Oh no, no. Like I usually just project it before the week starts, right? It's just that here I don't have like a great example. I can see.
And like
so,
last week on Friday, maybe.
No,
you can go
usually
on last
what I
week on
do,
Friday.
Asian range or last week Friday. Usually what I do, right? The Asian range on Friday, I mark it up, and then if ever there's a previous high that we didn't take out, I use those projections just to get a potential high, right? Unless if ever last week's Friday was the reason that this high happened here. I don't know. Let's see, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday, right? So let's just see, Friday.
Yeah.
This is Friday. Yeah. But I don't really have any great examples right
market
here.
With the,
I haven't looked at it in a while. I'll just look for the video. I'll just look for the video and send it to you. But honestly, I no longer trade Euro USD. So anyway, man.
And GJ, do you look on it or you?
I strictly just focus on
EU.
I strictly just focus on gold. I'm strictly on gold.
Wow. Yeah, it has good money. If it gets to your end and it gives you profit, it gives you good money.
Yeah, man. Yeah, basically, this one, but I do have confidence in this setup, man. Like, I think it's gonna play out.
I can still apply the same concept on the other pairs also.
Yes, as long as you just mark up. Let's just check US30. Just that this one is always at an all-time high, man. That's what I hate. Let's see weekly. No, that's not the chart which I want to use. Let's see. US30. I can't remember. Just shy. But you just have to practice and see whether it works better on which pair, because each strategy, even if it works, always remember that the pair is going to be a bit different. So to also check the times. Let's just say I don't know anything about this pair yet. So let's just say we knew that price was going to tap an area of resistance somewhere around here. right? The previous resistance, maybe tapped it out after taking out this area. Then we would obviously wait for an area of resistance to form, which was a buy and then sell. Then price came back here and then sold off. So later on, a buy, sell, and then it came back here and then sold off. But yeah, you just have to follow the pair that you like. I like gold, man. I like gold, to be honest. That way it's going to be easier for you to know how to navigate
With gold,
around.
gold, some good capital also with gold.
It does what?
With gold, one needs a very good capital.
Yeah, but oh, you mean what? Use it?
Now, with,
Yes,
if you want to trade gold, you need to have a good capital with that.
It just depends, man. Like if ever you're able to get good trades, then you can be able to grow like a small account. So
Okay.
we can see here with the is it US 30. So basically, what we did.
You had a very nice entry over there, man. That
Yeah.
was
liquidity
inducement taken. Then
and this can basically be your setup right here.
Went for a support level. You're supported.
So this
then price came up.
So basically, let me just quickly explain this, right? So
hey, man.
Let's say you have a previous area of support here. Yeah, let me quickly explain this to you so that we can be able to. So let's say you have a previous area of support, right? Then we check out liquidity. After reacting from there, then we create a new area of support. So what we have right here is just a QM pattern. You can see here. Hello.
Yes.
You want the head. Yeah, you want this head to be within an area of support, and then we came back here. And then we tap this area. So in this case, you would assume that okay, fine, price is likely going to go higher because of what we are seeing right now. Then you can use a lower time frames. I don't really follow like what's this US 30. Obviously, I think this one you could have missed it. Like I think you could have missed it, but unless if it wants to come back, then you might mark these areas up. You might mark these areas up. Let's see. You might mark these areas up.
Sure.
It's an area of resistance and for I don't know. Maybe price might come here. Give you a bit of a sell-off before actually pushing high. So yeah, that's basically what I would anticipate, because right here is gonna be the same thing. How is that? And this would be liquidity into an area of support. Then yeah. But I'm not really a big fan of US 30.
And still
so anyway, man,
sell on your pips.
Which one?
A sell should be 30 pips minimum, maximum 30.
On US 30. Or gold.
And all pairs, that is.
Yeah, but I think you just have to manage your risk. But strictly on gold, 30 pips. That's basically on gold 30 to 32 pips. So these ones I do not know like how it moves. So I can't say that you should use 30 pips, because you might find that 30 pips is just like a small move like that, and then you get taken out. So
right.
Anyway, let me not make this video very long so that you can be able to come back to it.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So anyway, man, thanks for joining. I'll post the video shortly after we end the stream. And yeah,
I will appreciate it.
yeah, talk
Also,
to you soon.
thanks for your time. Okay.
No problem,
Keep
brother.
chatting. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let me just quickly post. I wanna post this great idea in the group before I forget. I think I.
Oh, this one on goal.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon and peace. I'm out.
Thanks a lot.
Awesome.